Hi, I'm Jackie Stapleton and welcome to Atoll TV. Today I'm here to help you with understanding the requirements of ISO 14001. If you like this video and want to see more great content, then click the subscribe button and the bell icon. It costs nothing to subscribe and you can unsubscribe at any time. In this video, I'm going to cover Clause 4.4, Environmental Management System. I'm going to break this clause down and turn it into something you can all understand. You'll then be able to apply this to your own organisation's system and understand what the requirements will look like for you. No more guessing. Keep on watching as I can show you just how easy this is. Okay, let's get started. Clause 4.4 is called Environmental Management System. There are a few different elements to this clause, so I'm going to break them down into smaller chunks and explain each part as I go. The first section to be aware of is where it states initially that to achieve the intended outcomes, including enhancing its environmental performance, the organisation shall establish, implement, maintain and continually improve an environmental management system, including the processes needed and their interactions, in accordance with the requirements of this international standard. The reference to this international standard, of course, means ISO 14001. The requirement here is that you, the business, simply establish the environmental management system and all of the associated processes, which could be documented or not, that are needed to meet the requirements of this standard, and that it is up to the organisation, you, the business, to determine what these processes are and how they are applied within the business. That's why I always say with this clause, if you're meeting all of the other clause requirements in the standard, then you should be meeting this one. Now, there is one word in here that does stand out and is important to understand. That word is interactions. This clause mentions the processes needed and their interactions. When I see that word, I instantly think of the process approach, which I know is more of an approach referred to in ISO 9001, quality, but when it comes to systems, the process approach is universal. Understanding this process approach further, particularly for an ISO 14001 system integration of the environmental system into the standard business processes, is a must. When you develop the required processes for your environmental system, they are not something that sits in the corner and it's separated from the rest of the business and its processes or people. The environmental system is to be integrated with the business processes and become the standard way that anything to do with environmental processes is completed. You want your system to be so integrated into your business that your workers don't even realise that they're doing this enviro, greeny, tree hugging stuff. Make it part of their day and the way things are done, just standard. This clause then finally states that the organisation shall consider the knowledge gained in 4.1 and 4.2 when establishing and maintaining the environmental management system. I love this. It really shows that when we do something as a result of the requirements of this standard, that they integrate or influence other areas. Nothing we do is just standalone. It all works together to build this amazing integrated system. And a quick reminder that clause 4.1 is understanding the organisation and its context, and 4.2 is understanding the needs and expectations of interested parties. Go and check those videos out in the ISO 14001 playlist if you need to understand those requirements further or need a refresher. To finish off, my big tip for meeting the requirements of this clause are: make sure you develop processes as required throughout the standard first. Document what firstly is a requirement to document, and then decide on what else would be beneficial to document so that you have a degree of control and consistency. When you create these processes and documents, make sure they are integrated and embedded throughout the business. Now, see how simple this is when you break it down. If you do have questions though regarding this section of clause 4.4, or you'd like me to cover any other clauses, please comment below and I'm only too happy to help. Thanks for joining me, and please don't forget that Auditor Training Online is a recognised training provider and we know how it works in the real world, so we are confident that we can help you to make a change in your life and join the most sought after profession out there. Go to our website and enroll in our training or register for one of our programs to transform your work and industry experience into a recognised qualification and career.